Well, hi there and welcome to the ISE FX Options Weekly Outlook for December 12th, 2011. As always, this is Jason Ayers of OptionSource.net. Let's start off with a weekly chart of the U.S. dollar index. This is a great way to gain perspective as to how the U.S. dollar has been trading against a basket of currencies. Well, the U.S. dollar index was quite indecisive last week leading into the EU summit. 78.79 still holds as support, and a break above 79 should lend credibility to a retest of this 80.81 focal zone. A break below 78 opens the window for a retest of 75.76. A look at the daily chart reflects last week's test of 79 and the small bear flag that is possibly forming. A break below 78 is likely to yield a drop to 77. Let's take a look at the CDD, the U.S. versus the Canadian dollar. Well, the CDD broke 102, but closed last week back in the 101-102 support zone on Friday, indicating some indecisiveness. A break above 102 opens the window for a move higher into the 103-104 focal zone. A break back below 101 is likely to retest 99-100. Next up, the YUK, the U.S. versus the Japanese yen. While the YUK continue to consolidate within the 77.5-78 focal zone, and a break above 78 opens the window for a move higher. A break below 77.5 is likely to test the 76.5-77 support zone. Let's take a look at the EUI, the U.S. dollar versus the euro. Well, the EUI retested 75 last week. We need to see a break above 75.76 in order to confirm a move higher. It appears as though a bear flag is forming, suggesting a test of the 73.74 support zone is likely. A break below 73 is likely to give way to a continuation down to 70.71. Let's take a look at the U.S. dollar versus the pound as seen here in the ISE FX Options pair value BPX. Well, the BPX sits on the 63.5-64 support level. Any bounce higher is likely to meet resistance at 65. A break below 63.5 should signal a continuation lower, with 63 as the next logical support zone. Next up, the AUX, the U.S. dollar versus the Australian dollar. Well, the AUX retraced higher to test 99 last week before closing the week below 98. We need to see a break back above 99 to signal a continuation higher. 96.97 should act as a support level this week, and a break below 96 opens the window for a much deeper sell-off. Let's take a look at a few of our key points. First of all, the U.S. dollar index was indecisive last week, but is likely to make a more significant move this week in the wake of the EU summit. It appears as though a bear flag is forming, and a break below 78 opens the window to a continuation lower. The CDD still sits at the 101-102 support zone. A break below 101 is likely to yield a move back down to 100. The YUK once again pulled back slightly midweek, but remains within our 77.5-78 focal zone. A break above 78 opens the window for a continuation higher. The EUI is likely to commit to a direction after this weekend's European summit. At present, it appears as though a bear flag is forming, suggesting a move lower. The BPX hovers along the 63.5-64 support zone. A break below 63.5 opens the window for further weakness. The AUX bounced to 99 last week as anticipated, but appears as though it is poised for a drop lower. 96 should act as support this week. And this has been your ISE FX Options Weekly Outlook for December 12th, 2011. As always, this is Jason Ayers of OptionSource.net, reminding you to sign up for your free webinar at www.optionsource.net. Thanks for joining me this week. We'll see you here next week.